Shalom, Israel. This is Brother Kratazar Shield of Israel 144, back again with another quick precept. And today we're going to be talking about abomination. So let's get right to it. Right now, I got the definition of abomination pulled up just in a basic dictionary. And the definition for abomination is as follows: a thing that causes disgust or hatred. So right here, an abomination is something that causes disgust, or hatred, right? But let's not stop there. Let's go to the Bible, right? And see what the definition for abomination is according to the scripture, because that's what we're talking about. Words in the Bible have definitions, and we have to get the definitions before we establish what we're talking about. In this particular case, we're talking about abomination. So we have to know what abomination means, according to, just a standard English definition of it. And we have to understand the definition of it according to the Bible. So here we have abomination, right? It's the Hebrew word in 8441, in the blue letter Bible, right? And we're going to go down to the Strong's outline of biblical usage. And here it is. It reads: a disgusting thing, an abomination. A ritual sense of unclean food, idols or mixed marriages. B, an ethical sense of wickedness and etc. Right? So it's something that's a thing that's disgusting, something that the Lord hate, idols the Lord hate, unclean foods the Lord hate, and wickedness of all that the Most High God hate, right? So now let's get into the scriptures, right? We're going to get into Deuteronomy 22:5 and start right there, right? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5, and it reads: the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. So this is just saying that the Lord is disgusted at women dressing like men, men wearing women dresses. You're not supposed to do it. It's a commandment found in the first 5 books of the Bible called the Torah. So the Lord called it an abomination. It's disgusting to him, and he hates it. And also it's a commandment, so don't do it, right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16, and it reads: these 6 things doth the Lord hate, Salakia. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. And they go through the list of the 6 things that the Lord hate, right? How we describe the definition of abomination: something that the Most High hate, or something that's disgusting. And let's read. Verse 17, a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Verse 18, a heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and run into mischief. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Right? Verse 20, my son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck, right? So these are things that the Lord call an abomination, things that he hate or he finds disgusting, right? So let's go back to the book of Salakia. Let's go back to the book of Leviticus, right? This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13, right? And it reads: if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So this is the book of Leviticus, which is the law found in the first 5 books, saying that man shall not lie with mankind as he lay with as a woman. Kind of speaks for itself, right? Let's go to Proverbs 12 and 22, right? Is it another abomination? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 22, and it reads, lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. So you can't be lying because the Lord finds it disgusting and he hates it. It's called an abomination to him. So pretty much don't do it. We're going to stay in the book of Proverbs and go to Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9 to see what else is an abomination to the Most High God of Israel, right? The scripture reads, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9. It reads, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So if you turn your ear away from the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High God of Israel, when you pray, the Lord will find it disgusting and he will hate it, right? Kind of speaks for itself, right? Let's read it again. It's the book of Proverbs 28:9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination, right? Let's stay in the book of Proverbs. Go to chapter 17 and 15, right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and 15. And it reads, he that justify the wicked and he that condemn the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. So you can't be running around justifying wicked behavior, breaking the law, statute, commandments, and condemning the just, condemning those that do keep the law, statute, commandments, and the faith in the Mashiach Yahweh, who the world calls Jesus Christ. If you condemn those actions, you'd be considered an abomination, right? The Lord hates that. Don't do it, right? And let's move over to the book of Isaiah. And let's read book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and 16. Right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves, purify themselves, in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. Right? So when Christ come back, when the Lord return, and he find you eating swine's flesh and the abomination, which we read in the definition, times the definition of abomination is unclean foods, you shall be consumed together, saith the Lord, right? So don't eat swine flesh. Don't eat the abominable foods. And let's go to see what the Lord called abominable foods. And we can find that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and 7, right? And this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And it reads, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you, right? So we read the definition in the Hebrews 84:41. It says part of that definition is unclean foods, right? So let's jump down to verse 12 in Leviticus, right? This book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 12. Whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters shall be an abomination unto you, right? So this is the law of what comes out of the water that we can eat. Anything that does not have fins or scales is an abomination to the Most High God of Israel. It's considered unclean. He hated it, and it's disgusting, according to the definition. So we know that catfish don't have fins and scales. They have fins, but no scales, Salakia. Crab, shrimp, lobsters, crawfish, oysters, all these things that come out of water do not have fins or scales. You cannot eat it. The Lord called it an abomination, right? And let's get one more to wrap it up. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 3. And it reads, thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. So we know we can't eat the swine, which is pork. We can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, oysters, any type of shellfish. And it's Some files we can't eat. He called it abomination, but we didn't go over it. Maybe to go over it another time, but just want to go over some things that the Lord called an abomination. There's many more things that he called an abomination, but I just want to touch on some of the things that the Most High God of Israel called an abomination in this quick precept. This is Brother Karatazar, Shield of Israel 144. Shalom.